Alright, welcome ladies and gents. Let's talk Labour Day, box office, records, weekends, how the box office is sitting. This is our Sunday box office roundup like I do every single weekend. Please do hit that thumbs up button and please do hit that like. Side note, everyone always says bring back lore videos. Okay? I have. I released one today. Barely anyone's watched it. Now I don't blame you because YouTube doesn't notify you of videos, but please do check it out. It's a Hellraiser read-through lore video thing. Please do check it out. Anyway, let's dive into this today, ladies and gents, because they're talking about the Equalizer 3, which I did a review of. I'll leave it linked above. I really enjoyed this film. Thought it was bloody, pun intended, good fun. Genuinely, it was a good time. Honestly, a really good time. Now, interestingly, Equalizer 3 notched his second best opening ever at Labour Day box office with $42 million. Way better than I thought it was going to do. 100%. Now, and I say that as someone that really liked the film, but it's a throwback. I was surprised to even see this movie released in theatres. I mean, they released that god-awful series that everyone hated. You know, Queen Latifah or whatever it was. Bloody terrible film that was. A series that was. Utterly awful. So I wasn't really expecting this to be released in theatres, to do anything particularly good. But people came out in force. And I'm very, very, very glad to see it. Genuinely. So, yeah, good. Really, really good. Second best ever? That's bloody good going. Now, these films don't cost a lot of money. Realistically, they just don't. So, Sony Escape Artist The Equalizer 3 will hit $42 million over 4 days. Easily the second best opening of Labour Day weekend ever. Following Shang-Chi, which did $94.6 million. So, it's not, I mean, look, yeah, it is the second best one, but it's not great. 3-day is $34.5 million or $2.6 million patrons per intelligence, which is the third best domestic opening for filmmaker Anton Fuqua, after, funnily enough, Equalizer 2, which did $36 million opening. So, you know, it's important to note, like, if you're looking at it, Equalizer 2 to Equalizer 3, you know, $36 million to $42 million, adjust it for inflation, this is probably on par with Equalizer 2. It's certainly not actually above it. You know, if you're looking at, yeah, the number is higher, but inflation is a thing. So, inflation versus the actual figures, yeah, it's probably not that much higher, but that's still not bad. You know, a decline would be considered bad. Staying the same and still breaking records, not terrible. Not terrible at all. So, yeah, it's the second best start for the franchise of Equalizer. Friday was $13.1 million, including Thursday previews, which is jacking up forecasts for the weekend. Equalizer 3 is co-financed, funnily enough, by TSG. Now, TSG are the individuals that are currently suing Disney and 20th Century Fox because they screwed them out of money. Side note, very interesting statement to make. Check it out. I've done some videos on that. So, as ComScore predicted, the summer box office now currently has gone past $4 billion. Not great. It's a normal threshold in any summer, but the first post-pandemic. So they're going to say, well, you know, Barbenheimer was great for that. That's not good, you know. But in terms of the box office in general, the decline of the box office is a very real thing currently. People are very selective. And you know what? It is movies like The Equalizer that we need more of. Not the actual genre, but I mean that sort of low-key, not big blockbuster style movie. We need these lower key, lower budget movies to be in the mix with those bigger budget films. Blockbusters are unsustainable, especially in this economic climate. People just can't. You're not going to make your money back, basically, ever. So, the other thing to applaud with this threequel is that quite often these guy with the gun movies become diluted at the box office, which is very, very true. So Gerald Butler, Liam Neeson, they've all gone, well, terrible, basically. Distributors would get by on low P&As and acquisition costs. So Sony and Escape Artists have finally, developed this Denzel Washington series with great care and kept the powder dry. I actually put that down to Denzel Washington being an executive producer on it. I would think he has some say and he's probably steered in the right direction. He's a pretty good dude, to be honest, pretty smart. So that's kept ticket sales showing up. So the series is Washington's only film franchise on his resume. And it's not about shoot-em-ups in an Equalizer movie, rather the intensity of the character, Robert McCall, who the two-time Oscar winner adores playing. So yeah, it is him that makes this good, quite frankly. Now, interestingly, they got an A score on ComScore. After Equalizer 2, the first movie got an A-. The first movie is incredible, really stands up. It's currently on Netflix. Watch it. I watched it again the other day, and it was really, really good fun. Bloody good fun. So what else is happening? Well, ladies and gents, we've got MGM's expansion of Bottoms from 10 locations to 715 theatres should not be ignored. This is some teen LGBTQ high school comedy thing. I mean, the name Bottoms alone, it's not for me, quite frankly. But they're pushing it out there. I'm surprised, it's an MGM film. I'm surprised this didn't just wind up on Amazon. It seems like an Amazon film. Amazon bought MGM. It just seems like it should be on Amazon Prime, not in a theatre, but never mind. But again, this is these kind of movies which do it. They push people up. They push the box office up and up and up and up and up. So, looking at the actual raw numbers, which we like to do here. So, Equalizer 3 took the whole weekend. Friday, $13.1 million. That does actually include those previews as well, basically. So, Saturday, 11.1. Sunday, 10.6. And then Monday, 7.5. There should have been some previews with that, I would imagine, from Thursday night wrapped up into that Friday figure. And they're doing Monday here, so 7.5 for the 3-day, 34.5. And 4-day, 42 million, week 1. So, I don't know quite how they're counting for Monday right now, in fairness. That's kind of shocked me a little bit, but never mind. Barbie is still going strong. Interestingly, they don't have the Equalizer 3's screenings, the amount of screens that it is on, but never mind. Barbie is still on 3,500, basically 3.6 thousand screens. Absolutely smashing it. I mean, a total of $611.8 million domestic and at $1.38 billion worldwide. So it's currently the biggest movie worldwide year to date. So it has beat out Illumination's Super Mario Brothers. It's done very, very well. Now, I think the surprise here is actually Blue Beetle. If we're looking at raw figures, it's still at 3.3 thousand theatres. So doing pretty well, but it is sub 555, so they're going down. They're trying to prioritize other screens for other movies, but it's done pretty well. I mean, for this weekend anyway, should I say? It's not done well in general, but for this weekend it's done well. Friday, $1.5 million, down 42% from last week. Saturday, $2.7 million. Sunday, 3. Monday, 1.7. So the 3-day run in total is 7.27, sub 40%. Which, for week 3. To be sub 40%, again, it's not great. This movie is a bomb. It was dead on arrival and it has bombed. But, looking at the raw figures, sub 40%, not atrocious. It's not atrocious. It will not get better. Like, it's not going to break even at all. But it's holding out. The reason why I comment on that is that it is holding out better than Shazam and The Flash. So it's technically performing better in that regard. For a total of $58.3 million domestic. Not great. Gran Turismo is still doing pretty well on week 2, actually. Total, anyway, $30.6 million running total for week 2. Friday was down 82%. Saturday got $2.4 million. Sunday 2.5. Monday 1.97. So 3-day total of 6.55. And a 4-day total of 8.5, which I think, if you're looking at the 6.55, I'm pretty certain that's down about 50% because it was about $13 million last weekend, or was it 23? One of the two. So, whichever way you're looking at that, that could be even worse. Oppenheimer still clawing on there for a total of $310.2 million domestic, doing pretty well. And again, another surprise hit here, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem. Running total domestically of $107.99 million week 5. So that movie has now gone into profit. That's a success. That has gone into profit now, quite frankly. And these kind of movies make or break on their merchandising anyway. So Paramount will see that as a success. But there you have it. Talking box office. Hope you enjoyed this box office review and roundup. What's the surprise hit? Equalizer 3. Genuine surprise to hit, what was it, $42 million opening weekend? That's bloody good going, And I was watching it and I was thinking to myself, this is not a movie that I would expect to, 1, be released today, and 2, be released in theatres today. It's very bloody, it's very gory. Yeah, there's not a whole lot of action in it. But it doesn't need to be either. Is it as good as the first one? No, I did a review of it. But it's still a bloody good film. And it's one of these films that I'm surprised managed to get financed. Anyway, so I'm very happy that it's doing well. If you've seen it, let your thoughts be heard down below. Cheers, guys. Take care. Bye bye now.